I do want to say one thing really quickly before I get into the swing of things, is that I understand that when the name Tony Wright gets called onto stage, you do not expect to see any of this. That's completely understandable. I mean, the name doesn't really suit the face. And I kind of like that, because I really hope that somewhere in, like, South London, there's a really big, burly, white Cockney bloke called Taj Singh. Just walking about like fucking immigrants. Coming over here, stealing our names. Yeah. I'd really enjoy that. But not everyone can accept the whole name thing. For instance, I was on a night out back home in Kent, and it was in this nightclub called The Royal, and I liked that name because everybody in there was the exact opposite of that description. I was approached by this man. I'm going to assume he was a drug dealer. That's awful. I know it's awful to assume, but his opening gambit was, "Oi, mate, do you want to buy any Chumba?" Now, I didn't know what Chumba was, so I Googled it. And Urban Dictionary told me Chumba means either cocaine or anal sex. So I said yes. Hedged my bets, you know. Got cocaine, very disappointed. What can you do? So I went off to the toilet after that, sort my hair out, you know, freshen up, that sort of thing. And at that moment, the door flies open, and this lad walks in, looking like what I could only describe as an emoji with a short back and sides. And he said, "Lad, you're doing it all wrong, you're doing it all wrong." And he just walked over to me and started doing my hair. Really weird stuff. And after he'd finished that, he extended his hand and said, "I'm Jay, what's your name?" I said, "Tony, nice to meet you." I said, "Nice one, seriously, what is it?" "Not lying to you, mate, that is my name." I said, "Well, I don't believe you." I said, "Well, why don't you believe me?" So "You don't look like a Tony." I said, "Well, what do I look like then?" He said, "I don't know, Rayhan." Wasn't happy about that. Argued with him for a good few minutes, and at the end of the argument, he just went, "Well, Raj, or whatever your name is, see you later." There's two things that really confused me about the whole altercation. Two things that confused me about Emoji, as I like to call him. One is, how do you walk into a public toilet, approach a stranger, start molesting their scalp, and then be the one to say, "Nah, hang on, there's something not right about you"? And two, he didn't even have a piss. It's weird.